There are rumours that Ukraine is set to launch its long-anticipated counter-offensive. We've just heard Nick Payton-Walsh suggesting that there is evidence that we are about to see that. What is that evidence, Nick? Tell us what's going on the ground.
Well, there are restrictions that reporters like us are put under in Ukraine that do not permit us to talk about troop movements we see or locations or numbers of troops. We've been around the eastern front today, and you can certainly hear a lot of artillery fire along the eastern front. But we've also been, sorry, that's the air raid alarm just being cleared around here, which goes on and off quite a lot. But I think generally speaking, when we speak to Ukrainian commanders, the perception that they want to give us is that the counteroffensive is not about to happen just yet. It will, but they say part of the psychology of the counteroffensive and having the Russians believe that it's coming and that it's been imminent for some time has drawn a large number of Russian troops into Ukraine. The Ukrainians say while the Russians are at the front lines, it's harder for the Russian forces to get them everything that they need, the resupply, the food, the ammunition, all of that it takes to sustain an army in high readiness. And it also creates poor morale, they say, among the Russians who are fearing where is the counteroffensive going to come. There are no indications being given by Ukrainian officials about where it might come or when it might come. I think the hints that we see on the ground here are that the preparations are there, but the information that's being provided suggests that it may not just be just yet. But of course this is psychological warfare, so it's hard to discern the most accurate narrative.
And whenever that counter-offensive is, Zelensky has said, and I quote him here, "Evil has returned and will be defeated." Whenever this counter-offensive starts, this is crucial. Many say that this will be the big battle. Is that what it feels like on the ground?
It does. We're here and we're out in the field, and we do get to talk to a lot of senior Ukrainian military officials, and these conversations are often off the record or on our own background. But what everyone will agree on is that Russia has a huge military force in the country. Last estimate from the Defense Intelligence here was 369,000 troops, Russian troops, inside Ukraine. That's triple the number at the time of the invasion. The defences are very heavily and well dug in. This will be for the Ukrainians a tough offensive, but it's one that they must win, and it's one that they must use the psychological warfare, the strategy of trying to deceive the enemy in one area and attack them in another. But the vital fact that they all understand and know to be true is that they must break through, that they must show that they can get a strong and fast advance to put pressure on Russia and create chaos in the Russian ranks, and show their political and military allies in the West that the investment of money and equipment and support has been worthwhile. They're aware that Western backing for Ukraine is potentially at stake, or the level of backing. If they can't convince that they can take territory back this year, they're worried that a stalemate could develop, and political sustainability among their allies may be harder to maintain this level of support.